This video content has been made available for information and educational purposes only. For anything specific to your needs or circumstances, please get in contact with us directly. G'day everyone, it's Heath and Simon from You&Me Personalised Property Services. And Simon, have you read the news? Have you listened to the radio? Australian real estate's in turmoil. Even our untouchable, beautiful city of Perth. You know, we've lost 1% on average since the peak in August 2022. But let me stop you there. We're on the ground level. This is exactly why you hire someone on the ground local level. Because, mate, you drove past, and we both did. We drove past and we're in home opens on the weekend where I was 30 people deep trying to get into a home open, and you drove past 20 cars on your way to the home open. Tell us a bit about where you're seeing the market in that, you know, investor range, you know, the 300,000 all the way up to sort of the $1 million mark.
Yeah, and look, it's a big investor range, and I think, you know, there's a lot of homeowners that fit that range as well. Look, there's a lot to unpack. The first thing I will say is
stop listening to the news.
Like, we're on the front line. Every week, every day of the week, we're out there inspecting properties, negotiating properties for our clients, looking for great opportunities. And you know, if you use the weekend as a reference, you can certainly see that $300 to $1 million price point. It's moving north. There are still a plethora of buyers out there that are experiencing and seeing exceptional value, and real estate's all about sustainability and viability. And if buyers are seeing value in a market, it's telling you that there is room for growth. The rental market is as tight as it's ever been. There's a lot of pressure on that rental demand, which is putting more pressure on rents, which is making rents go higher.
Absolutely. So you know, our vacancy rate right now is 0.5%, lowest in the whole country.
Lowest in the whole country. Been the lowest in the whole country for the last 2 years.
Yep.
Our rent returns are exceptional. The average rent return here in Perth is 4.4%. Our average rent return for our clients is north of 5.6%. Which essentially means, you know, your principal and interest mortgages are more or less paid off for.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, you know, all of our clients are going into either positive geared or positive cash flow properties. But getting back to the turmoil, look, if you're on the East Coast, like, you know,
12% losses.
You're being hit in the head with a blunt instrument at the moment. I mean, it's just a fact. And it's not going to slow down because those markets aren't sustainable and they're not viable at the moment. People talk about the rental increase over there. Well, the rental increase hasn't so much as gone up so high as property values have gone down so much.
Yeah.
So, you know, like in my opinion, if you're looking to invest in property, you don't want to wait 6 months because there's going to be more interest rate rises. Yep. Whether it's 2 or 4 or however many, there's going to be more. Don't try and save that money. Get into the market now. If you're in New South Wales, if you're in Victoria, you know, a wonderful time to be recycling equity before you lose more and putting into a market that's growing. You know, if you're looking at real estate here in Perth from an investment point of view and you've got $2 million to spend, don't go and buy a $2 million house. That's where pressure, we're experiencing the pressure and the downturn in the market. And if you think about it logically, it's just because there's less buyers in that $2 million price point. Yeah. So if you've got $2 million to spend and you want to invest, you know, you're probably better off looking at that sort of $800,000 to $1 million bracket and getting 2.
Yep, absolutely.
For sure.
And we talk about the East Coast, and we'll give you a real-time example. Just last night, myself and Simon got an email from a client that we keep in contact with. I'm sure he won't mind, Mike.
Yep. He can be known as Mike V.
Yep. So we got an email from him last night, basically saying, "Thank you so much, guys. You know, we're on that journey." He sold his property and settled in Canberra 6 weeks ago.
Well, no, it'll be longer than that now, like maybe 12.
Okay.
It's been a while.
But
still relatively
in this market. But he's just 100%. Sent us an email last night saying, "Thank you so much, guys. That Canberra property that he sold to relocate to Perth, he sold it now, so he's made his good dollars. It's now lost $150,000 and coming to Perth, obviously saving a ton of money in a bigger house and closer to the beach.
Right near the beach. Yeah, all the lifestyle he wanted.
Everything he wanted. They've gained $25,000. So,
and then the other thing that was really rewarding, and you know, it might sound a little bit corny, guys, but the other thing that was really rewarding about that email was how he'd said the whole family was so much better.
Happier.
You know, they were so much happier. The little grandson was happy.
The cat wasn't
scratching.
The cat's
not scratching because the cat's not stressed out or whatever. Like, they are the sort of emails that we just love to receive. We were so happy that Mike V and the family love the relocation and can call their new home, you know, their family home.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful. So look, guys, in closing, real estate is not in turmoil. If you're looking at real estate in New South Wales and Victoria, well, there's probably a really good case or a really good argument to say it's in turmoil. But if you're looking in Perth and you're between that $300,000 to $1 million price point, houses are moving up, you're protected by exceptionally strong rental yields, and if you want to deal with a property team that have a track record in getting it right,
and your best interests at heart,
go to our website, pick up the phone, give us a call, and book in your free discovery session. Until next time, guys.
Happy investing.
Happy investing.